I met with my subject in the Smith Center where we do homework, and I interviewed her by asking her a series of questions about her schooling and how her religion has been affected by being Jewish and going to a Catholic school. Um, I was nervous before our interaction because I wasn't sure how she would respond to my questions. My subject has a pretty strong personality, so I wasn't sure if she would be offended by my questions or if she would take them lightly as a joke. I feel like the questions I prepared were fairly unbiased, and I tried not to be presumptuous and make any assumptions about her background or her feelings in the way I asked the questions. I felt prepared before the interview, and I was interested in learning about how my subject's religious views were affected by her schooling. During the interview, I found myself more and more interested in her views. She talked about how she sees Jesus in two different ways because of her Jewish background and her Catholic schooling, in the way the different religions teach Jesus and just everything about the Bible. That concept was very far out to me because I've only ever known Jesus through the Christian viewpoint. I was also increasingly interested in her experiences at a private all-girls Catholic school because I went to public school. The more I listened to her, the more I felt like I would be imprisoned and suppressed if I went to a private all-girls school. They seem to be much stricter than private schools. I noticed that when she was talking about school, she would close her body up and cross her arms, but when she talked about hanging out with friends and getting into trouble, she got really excited. So that was interesting to see the two different sides of her. After our interview, I felt like I had a new sense on schooling and its environment, almost a sense of accomplishment for getting some information out of her on her schooling. It was very informative to talk to someone who has grown up with different experiences than me. From our interaction, I learned that your perception of schooling partly depends on your environment and the people around you. For example, she was in Catholic school, private Catholic school, so the teachers were a bit more strict than in public school where they have some more leeway. I also learned that I don't think I would have liked going to an all-girls Catholic school, partially because they're very strict. I am happy with how and where I went to school and how I grew up. In future interactions, I would like to learn how her parents felt sending her to a Catholic school and if it affected their religion at all. I would also like to ask her how she has felt going to a Christian Bible study since she's been in college, and if that will affect her views and if she plans on converting, because she doesn't really seem to be in touch with her Jewish side as much anymore. I know for many students, religion has a big effect on how they perform in school, and I'm interested to see if she is the same.